Pats Nation, what is going on? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. Before we get into the breakdown here on Mac Jones, I do just want to take a second and thank each and every single one of you who were there to support me in Patriots football breakdown tonight during our, almost 4-hour live stream as we covered the entire first round of the draft. Those of you who were there for even for a short period of time, but especially those of you who were there the whole time, I really, really do appreciate it. The party is not over yet, though. We will be back tomorrow for rounds 2 and 3, so make sure you guys do join us. But boy, was this an interesting first round. Honestly, I think the best way to start this video is by saying, with the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the 6-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots get their quarterback of the future by selecting Mac Jones, quarterback out of Alabama. Guys, this was a roller coaster in the first round, and let me tell you, the first round was definitely full of surprises, as it always is, and it definitely delivered nothing but entertainment. Trey Lance does go, third overall instead of Mac Jones, which is essentially what made Mac Jones drop to 15. I believe that if it wasn't for the 49ers getting Trey Lance, the Patriots would not have been able to get Mac Jones, obviously. Because they got Trey Lance, the Patriots were able to stay at 15 and get Jones. Now, obviously, I know a lot of us did want Justin Fields, and look, my first choice was obviously Justin Fields for so many reasons, but the Patriots did get beaten to that punch, as of course the Chicago Bears traded up and they selected Justin Fields. Now, somebody pointed something out that I couldn't agree more with in our live stream chat today, and that is the fact that if Belichick wanted Justin Fields that bad, he would have traded up to get him. There are a lot of teams who needed quarterbacks, and I guarantee you all of these teams knew that if they went to 15, Belichick might get Fields. With that being said, if Belichick really wanted Fields that bad, knowing how many teams needed quarterbacks, he would have traded up to get him. And I truly do believe that Mac Jones has always been the guy for Bill Belichick and has always been the guy on Belichick's mind. Belichick would not settle for a quarterback just because, but Belichick also knows the worth of these guys and will not trade up, will not give more than he feels he needs to. So the fact that the Patriots stayed at 15, did not have to give up any draft capital, and they got the quarterback of the future is tremendous, and that is an immediate win for the Pats. I mean, trading up, you're talking about giving up your second-round pick, potentially your third, potentially a fourth. You're giving up a lot of draft capital, but now New England gets their QB of the future, staying at 15, and you're keeping your second and third round picks, which just gives more potential for this team going forward. And to be completely fair, this is your classic Bill Belichick player. No other quarterback in this entire draft class fits the Patriots system or scheme better than Mac Jones. I don't care what you have to say from a talent standpoint, what you want to say. You cannot argue with the fact that Mac Jones is the best system and scheme fit for the Patriots at quarterback going forward. A lot of people wanted Justin Fields or Trey Lance because of that mobility, but people don't understand that you don't need mobility. You don't need to be mobile in order to succeed in today's NFL. It is a big plus for sure, and it helps with mismatch. But you don't need to be mobile to be a good and successful quarterback in this league. You just can't be a statue in the pocket, and that is not Mac Jones. Although he's not mobile, he's more mobile than Brady, but although he's not a mobile quarterback, he is very fluent and very, very good at maneuvering within the pocket to escape pressure, to escape sacks, shake off sacks, go out wide left, out wide right to extend plays. He's not going to pick up, 10, 15, 20-yard gains with his legs, but he's going to extend plays by maneuvering in the pocket. The most important thing is that you can maneuver in the pocket, not necessarily being mobile. I mean, Tom Brady is the least mobile quarterback you could ever think of, and I'm not trying to compare them as quarterbacks, but the reason that Tom Brady, part of why he's so good, especially in the pocket, although he's not mobile, it's because he can maneuver and escape pressure and escape sacks and extend plays because of how agile he is within the pocket. This also makes perfect sense for the Patriots because of that Bill Belichick and Nick Saban connection, not just for their connection as friends, but the connections for that offensive scheme. Very, very, very similar, especially with how that Alabama's offense has started to develop over the last few years. Now, Alabama's offense originally was based off of a heavy run attack, but college football has changed and Alabama started to change with it, and they became more of an offensive passing attack offense. And that's what Mac Jones helped the Alabama's offense become. And it's so similar to what the Patriots do, you know? Alabama was really, really good within that 10 to 20 yard range, where the Patriots really love to operate their offense. That's, of course, where Mac Jones is very good at operating, that 10 to 20 yard range. And I've heard people say, well, you know, they had Cam Newton at quarterback last year. They have Cam Newton at quarterback this year. They're going to have to just readapt that offensive scheme. And I could not agree less with that any more than I already do. The Patriots have had for the past 2 decades a scheme that fits a classic pocket passing quarterback under Tom Brady. They tried to run that same scheme last year with a mobile quarterback in Cam Newton. That is a big reason this offense did not work last year, was because they were trying to run a pocket passing Tom Brady styled offensive scheme with a mobile quarterback who's very good with RPOs and play actions. Now the Patriots really don't have to adapt this offense. They can use that same offense they've been running for the past 2 decades that's been so successful because Mac Jones plugs in perfectly to that type of styled offense. He was also Alabama's team captain by completing 77.4% of his throws for 4,500 yards. Along the way, he was also able to put up 41 touchdowns on just 4 interceptions through the national title game and performed exceptionally in the Senior Bowl. Also, that 52-24 victory over the Buckeyes spanned 464 yards and 5 touchdowns. A big knock on Mac Jones that people have is they're concerned that he had too many weapons while he was with Alabama. Najee Harris went in the first round, right? You had Devontae Smith, he also went in the first round, and Jalen Waddle also went in the first round. These were the weapons he had. But nobody, for some reason, was giving that excuse to Kyle Trask, who had Kyle Pitts and Kadarius Toney, 2 first-round picks. Somehow, though, that can't be used as an excuse when Mac Jones performed, like I said, exceptionally in the Senior Bowl, and he didn't have his top weapons. But somebody like Kyle Trask, when he didn't have his top weapons, played horrific. So maybe you should be concerned about a Kyle Trask and his weapons and him being successful because of that, not Mac Jones. Also, the Patriots just went out and spent a historical amount of money on getting 2 top 10 tight ends in Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. Not to mention the fact that they upgraded at the wide receiver position, and I believe that they will continue to, by getting Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, and he will have a very good run game behind him and a very good offensive line. So even if, for some reason, you want to knock on him and say that, you know, he's only good because of what was around him, well, he's going into that same situation with great talent around him. I mean, Mac Jones even said it himself today that he had a Zoom call with the Patriots offensive coordinator and Josh McDaniels, and even that he was low-key secretly hoping that this would have been the team that he went to because he thinks that this is just the perfect place for him. Also, he already has ties to Patriots running back Damien Harris, so there's already connections there. I mean, Mac Jones was even telling Damien Harris how he hoped the Patriots would select him. The Patriots are getting an extremely accurate quarterback with Mac Jones. He's arguably the most accurate quarterback in this entire draft class. PFF gave him a passing grade of 94.8. They gave him an intermediate passing grade of 93.9 and a deep passing grade of 98.9 with a no pressure grade of 96. For those who don't know what that means, that is tremendous. One of my big concerns with everybody wanting Trey Lance was that he has terrible accuracy concerns and isn't a great decision maker, right? He has high upside, but a lot of these question marks. And for me, I don't want a guy who has questionable accuracy and questionable decision making and questions where he places the ball when the Patriots again went out and spent how much money on pass catchers. You're spending all this money on pass catchers and now getting a guy who's very smart with the football, can lead receivers, and is beyond accurate. With Cam Newton, some of your big concerns with him last year with the Patriots were he doesn't know how to lead receivers, and he's not accurate with the ball unless it's downfield, and he's throwing footballs at his receivers' feet. You're not going to get that issue with Mac Jones. And again, he is very, very smart. I would say he's the smartest quarterback out of any other quarterback in this class also. Very careful with the football. He only has 7 interceptions throughout his 3-year college career. 4 in 2020 and 3 in 2019. He has a real good amount of experience in not in the NFL, but also in college football, rather. 5 games in 2018, 11 in 2019, 13 in 2020. Had a passer rating of 141.6 in 2020 and 128.1 in 2019. I also love that he played at least for one of the most prolific just all-around teams in college football with a lot of competition. And he also played with a lot of competition on his team. So in practice, he was going up against a stellar defense with stellar defensive backs. So another big pro is that you don't have to worry about will he make that transition to the NFL, because he had a lot of that high-end competition defensively in college. Some of the pros they have for him is that he has a veteran understanding of the offense, and the timing of his throws is just malicious. They also say that he does not miss underneath throws, and that he was the most accurate quarterback in the nation within 10 yards, and he's very calm under pressure and very calm in the pocket. Now, yes, he's not going to be shooting bombs down the field like a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields. He doesn't have that elite arm talent, but at the same time, this isn't a deep downfield attacking offense. You know, it's not like he's going to the Buccaneers or anything, who have a deep downfield attack passing offense. The Patriots love to play within that 10 to 20 yard range, and if a deep ball is down there, he can still get it down there. But he operates very well in that 10 to 20 yard range where the Patriots offense takes place. Now, Mac Jones, for his 2020 stats, he ranked first in adjusted completion percentage with 84.2. He ranked 23rd in big-time throw rate. So again, you're not going to get a billion big-time throws from him. But he ranked 25th in turnover-worthy plays with just 2.4%. And although he doesn't have big plays, he ranked first in deep yards with 1,355 and second on screen plays, or second in screen yards with 591. So y'all, say what you want about Mac Jones. I know that half the fan base left once the Patriots selected him, but he is going into, I think, the best team possible for him. You know, I think with Mac Jones, it was all dependent really on where he went. But it doesn't matter anymore because he's going to the Patriots, where it is just a match made in heaven. And I don't think he's going to play year 1. I think they sit him out year 1. He comes back year 2 potentially, and then he starts as your quarterback of the future. Like I said, the transition for him should not be hard. It will be much easier for him than it would be, say, any other quarterback, to be quite honest, because of how similar the Patriots offense is to that Alabama offense. Before we end this one off, y'all, I do want to talk about my boys and the sponsors of this video, betonline.ag. BetOnline has the fastest and the easiest ways to bet on all of your sports action Football might be over for now, but NBA, college basketball, and the NHL is still a full swing, and BetOnline even covers awards, TV shows, and reality TV, along with real-time updated odds and props on almost anything you can imagine. BetOnline also has you covered for all of the news, scores, and odds, and it's the best way to place your bets, plus it's completely free to sign up. All you guys got to do is head to the website or use your mobile device, sign up today, and receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Do not sit on the sidelines anymore. Get in with the action. Don't forget to use that promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Guys, I appreciate you for watching this video. We covered day one with the New England Patriots selecting Mac Jones, quarterback out of Alabama, with the 15th overall pick. Make sure to join us tomorrow live at 7 o'clock for rounds 2 and 3 for our live party reactions and draft coverage. And of course, make sure to leave a big like on this video, comment all of your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
In Astro World.